What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Aquarius sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of January 20th and February 18th, you're an Aquarius sun sign and this reading is for you. Today we're going to be taking a look at love and relationships. That's right, this is going to be a love relationship reading. I'm going to split this reading up into two parts. The first, I'm going to do a reading for those Aquarians who are currently in a relationship, and then in the second half of the video I'm going to do a reading for those Aquarians who are currently single. And you're welcome to fast forward to the point of the video that pertains to you. Let's see, let me introduce you to my crystal friends. I've got a rhodonite sphere here, which carries a vibration of love for all, for giving love to other people. I've got a sodalite sphere here, and this is going to help me with my intuition and my psychic abilities, so it'll help me in this reading. And I've got a rose quartz sphere, who, you know about rose quartz, it just emits the vibration of pure love. So hopefully these crystals will help impact this reading and bring it into a positive light. I'm going to be using the Llewellyn Classic Tarot. This is a cartoony deck that I really do love. If you want to learn more about it, I have a deck review on my channel. So if you would please give me a moment to center myself and ask the tarot cards a question. What are the energies of Aquarians surrounding love and romance who are currently in a relationship? Alright, that ought to do it. Cut the deck, and I'm going to deal out 5 cards. Alright, and while we're at it, we're going to take a look at the Earth Magic Oracle, and we're going to ask it what message it has for Aquarian sun signs who are currently in a relationship. Message for Aquarians who are in a relationship. And we're going to take a look at that card at the end. Alright, what we're going to do is go through these cards individually and then see them as a whole and see what message they're trying to portray. The first card we have here represents your current energies, Aquarians, and we've got the Emperor. I want you guys to remember that this is a general overall reading and not everything's going to apply to you in a very specific way. So take what works for you and leave the rest. The energy that I'm getting from the Emperor at this time is one of kind of control a little bit. Maybe you're trying to regain control or take control or impart your control on the relationship a little bit. You're trying to dictate the way things go in this relationship, possibly. And this could also signal a very regimented and scheduled type of relationship where you do things on certain days, you follow a schedule, right? You do a routine. And I get the feeling that just things are just about control with you at this time, not necessarily as a whole, but at this current time, I do feel like control is an issue. We'll go to the next card here. This card represents the energy of your partner. And we've got a similar card. We've got the Hierophant. Give me a moment to go into this card. Okay, I get 2 things from this card. First is spirituality or religion. I think your partner possibly could be on a spiritual path, and that's kind of the focus of their concerns right now. But this card could also be about following rules, and maybe, I think I'm getting a stronger sense of following rules, and maybe your partner is okay with the control that you have over them, or that you're trying to show them. Maybe your partner kind of likes to follow rules a little bit, and likes that you know, you're setting schedules, you're setting routines, and you're doing the things that are required to make the relationship run smoothly and operate on a great schedule. So yeah, I get the feeling that your partner is okay with the control that you're imparting, or that you have been imparting, and it's just something that they kind of enjoy in the relationship, is the control that you have. Interesting, very interesting. Okay, this card here represents what is working in the relationship. We've got the 6 of Cups, and I do feel from this card that you guys kind of share a past. Maybe a lot of you have known each other for quite some time, and I don't know, it's almost, I'm getting like a childlike energy sort of from this card. Like you both are kind of not immature. What's a positive version of immature? Being young at heart, I guess you could call it. You guys are kind of young at heart, and you are definitely open with your emotions like a child would be, and you're good at sharing emotions and expressing your emotions to the other person and not really worrying about how they're gonna feel about it. So I do get the feeling that there's an openness here in this relationship, and that there's a childlike quality to it, which in a good way. So that you guys are just staying young and staying open and free and happy. So that is working. Keep doing that. This card here represents what is not working, and we have the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is all about defending your position, standing off firm ground, knowing that you've got the upper position, and kind of battling people away. And maybe as this pertains to a relationship, maybe you're a little confrontational. Maybe the two of you are always fighting or jockeying for position in the relationship, possibly. That's it doesn't really go in with the Hierophant, but it could be in certain aspects your partner feels kind of like he or she needs more energy or more control or more say in the relationship. It's possible, but I do see that there's always that the energy of kind of battling back the hordes. Okay, that's happening in this relationship. So yes, while there's a positivity and an openness, there's also kind of a maybe some ego coming into it, where you're having to defend your ego positions, possibly. So that's what's not working. Figure out how that applies to you in your relationship. I think it'll make sense. This last card here represents where you're headed, and we've got the Death card. Don't freak out. The death is not about death. It's about change, and kind of big changes. Sometimes changes that you don't really have control over. So I do get the feeling that there's going to be something in the relationship that does change in the near future, that kind of shakes things up a bit. For some of you, I hate to say this, but for some of you, this could be the ending of the relationship. For others, this could be a very positive thing. Not to say that the ending is not positive. Sometimes an ending to a relationship is the most positive thing in our lives, right? Okay, but this could also mean staying with your partner, but things in the relationship changing and morphing, and maybe taking things to the next level, or maybe a job offer comes up in another city, and this could mean moving to another city with your partner. This could mean like your partner asking you to move in with them, and now you're kind of thinking about marriage. This could be a marriage proposal. Any big sudden shifts. I'm sorry I can't be more specific, since this isn't a personalized reading. This is a reading for a general large audience, so I can't be specific about it, but the energy of change does seem to be coming into this relationship. All right, the last thing we're going to look at is the message that the Earth Magic Oracle had for those Aquarians who are in a relationship at this time. And we've got Rain, Purification. And this card is about the washing away of that which is no longer serving. In nature, rain is like a purifier. It's a cleanser. It washes away what's not working anymore. And I do think that maybe that a little bit of that is needed in this relationship. I'm getting the feeling here of maybe a little bit of control and dominance being an issue, or being a kind of theme of this relationship. And I think something is going to have to change, and that something is going to force maybe one or both of you to kind of shift the way that you perceive this relationship, shift the way that things are going, so that there's not so much control being imparted, and the weight of the relationship is kind of shared between the two of you evenly. So I do see a shift. I do see a change coming here. But definitely, you're very open people. You're very childlike, and that's really good. It's just the only thing I would say here is maybe try to release a little bit of your control, because it's sending you towards change. And if you don't want change, why wouldn't you want change? Change is always for the best. But if you don't want change, you may want to change what you're doing now, so it's not a big change in the future, basically. All right, so that is the reading for Aquarians who are in a relationship. I hope that helped. What I'm going to do now is perform the reading for those Aquarians who are single. All right, that ought to do it. All right, we're going to deal 5 cards. All right, what we're also going to do is consult the Earth Magic Oracle. We're going to ask it what message it has for Aquarians who are single at this time concerning love and romance. Question for single Aquarians about love or romance. What message, I should say. What message it has for those Aquarians who are single. Alright, what we're going to do is look at these cards individually and then check them out one by one. This first card... Wait, what? And then check them out as a whole. This first card represents your energy currently. And we've got the Seven of Swords. Yes, and the word I'm receiving is deception. I have a feeling that maybe some of you are kind of deceiving yourself. And since this is a general overall reading and not everything's going to pertain to everyone in a specific way, I encourage you to take what works for you and leave the rest. But the energy of deception is here. And this could mean a variety of things. Maybe you're deceiving yourself about what your motivations are, what your desires are, whether or not you want a relationship. Maybe you're deceiving others and maybe they see this deception and they're kind of put off by it. How does deception play into your life at this time? And you're going to have to be real with yourself and honest with yourself to see how you're deluding yourself or deluding others in some way. And just not painting the most accurate portrait of yourself or of others. You know, maybe the deception is you're lying to yourself about what the dating world is like, possibly. There's all sorts of different possibilities for this, so I won't speculate. I'll let you figure that out. But maybe you can put it in the comment section if this does apply to you, so I have an idea. This card here represents your blockages when it comes to love and romance, and we've got the Ten of Wands. And I get the feeling that a lot of you are very busy and you're always piling things on your plate and you're filling your plate up with all sorts of things. That's a metaphor, by the way. Think of it like life as a buffet, the buffet of life. You got this plate, which is your life, and you keep filling it with all this food and more food, and the plate's full. And then you get to the desserts and you have no more room on your plates, and so you can't fit in desserts. Think of a romance as dessert. Okay, you've just put so much work and hobbies and maybe family. Just so much is going on in your life that you don't really almost have time or energy for a relationship, and so that's something that could be blocking you from finding a relationship. Is there's no space for it. So if you want a relationship and you're looking for one, make some space in your life for it. It's going to take time. It's going to take energy and perseverance. So you're gonna have to probably get rid of something in your life in order to make space for that romance. So think about what's no longer serving you and try to get rid of that. This card here represents what you need to improve in your quest for a partner. We've got the High Priestess. I think you need to improve that inward understanding of yourself. You really need to improve your own understanding of your motivations and what you truly want. And not just what your ego wants, not what society tells you should want, what your heart and your soul wants. For some of you, that's to be single. For others, that's to be in a short-term relationship. For even others, it's to be married, right? So you're not going to know that if you haven't really gone inwards and asked your true self what it wants. Not, like I said, not concerned about societal pressures or what your ego says is the best option, but what your heart wants, what your soul wants. And you're going to have to do that through meditation of some kind, not necessarily sitting under a tree meditating, but doing things that are meditative, sort of like your favorite sports or you're doing your favorite hobby. Anytime you can kind of clear your ego mind and stop your ego mind from filtering in all these thoughts and really speak to your true self, your true nature, then you can figure out what it is you want, and that's what you can improve basically on your quest to finding a romance. This card here represents what to avoid, and we've got the Five of Swords. And this card is about ego battles, fighting those ego battles that we relish so much in when we win an ego battle, right? The human mind is like, oh man, you're so vindicated when you win one of those. You feel like you were right, the other person was wrong. But there's no winners. And in fact, when you win an ego battle, you are the true loser, because you basically have told your mind, told yourself that other person is not as good as you. You've completely invalidated their unique viewpoint. You haven't really concerned yourself with expanding your thoughts of what is possible and what is new and different. So this card is saying, if you're having an ego battle with other people or with yourself, it's not going to help you. It's something that is kind of stopping you from finding someone who's your match. Maybe you go on dates and you find reasons to disagree with this person, or find reasons why this person is not right for you. And this is all the ego, right? This is the ego doing all of this, and the ego is self-sabotaging. So definitely a theme coming through in this reading is getting rid of those ego thoughts and kind of centering and balancing yourself so that you're in touch with your truer nature. This card here represents where you're headed. We've got the King of Cups. Oh, beautiful card. I think this card is definitely saying you're headed towards love. You're headed towards mastering your emotions. The King of Cups, cups represents emotions in the tarot, and the King represents the ultimate, the complete understanding of emotions. And so I get the feeling that in the future, I think you're going to be more in touch with your emotions. I think you're going to understand them better. You're going to understand yourself better, and therefore people are going to be attracted to you because you've got a more clearer picture that you're presenting to the outside world, right? So I think that's a very good omen. It's a very good card to get in this position. I do see prosperity coming for you guys. So if you are looking for a relationship, it will come. But you have to remember that whatever deception that is occurring in your life, you're going to have to get rid of it. I do see ego being a theme here. So maybe the ego mind needs to be silenced a little bit because it's telling you some wrong things, is the feeling I'm getting. Also, blockage is just going for too much, putting too much on your plate, having too many things going on that you can't really allow that energy of love to come into your life. But if you do want to improve, definitely get more in touch with your inner being, your higher self, and figure out what your soul wants and which direction it wants to go. You do through meditation or a meditative practice of some kind. Avoid the ego battles. Avoid listening to your ego when it says, fight this or fight that. Don't listen to it. It's trying to sabotage you. You want to live from more of a heart-based perspective. And I think that'll help you in just so many ways, not just in your romantic life. But where you're headed is a positive direction. I do think you're going to master your emotions a little bit better in the future, and you're going to understand where you're coming from, and therefore people will be attracted to that. And I think you will, if you are looking for a partner, one will come relatively soon. But you do have to do the work that I described. All right, the last thing we're going to look at is the Earth Magic Oracle, and it had a message for Aquarians who are currently single, and that message is, Shaman. Ancient healing wisdom. This is exactly what I'm saying. This card is about understanding the self, and understanding not just the ego self, but the energetic self. Understanding that all of our external realities are a result of our internal condition. And this card is about going inside and healing yourself so that your exterior world can more match the interior. And so basically you shape the interior the way you want it, your energetic self, shape it the way you want it, and then your exterior reality will start to resemble that. So definitely is the message here is a lot of you, I think you need to do some soul searching, you need to do some energy work and some healing, and only then can you allow the energies of love and romance to enter into your life. But they will come. It just takes a little work. All right, that's going to be the reading for my Aquarian friends. I hope you got something out of that. If you want a reading tailored specifically for you, where I tap into your energies, and head on over to my Etsy shop. I'll put a link in the description and in the card. You just click on that and see the variety of readings that I offer, and we can get down to the root causes or issues of any problems that you may have. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like. It lets me know that I did something right and that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about these readings. And if you really enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, because I release these videos bi-monthly, these Tarotscopes, and I also sprinkle in videos in between. So there's plenty to see, so you don't want to miss those. So please consider subscribing, hitting that subscribe button. All right, Aquarians, I wish you luck in your endeavors, and hope you find what you're looking for. All right, leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.